Why, hello, you amazing, beautiful people, and welcome back to another Orb on the Movements of the Earth reaction video. What the what the hell happened last episode, man? So, the main character is dead. Maybe? Like, I mean, it's anime, so it's entirely possible they're not dead, but they look pretty dead, and we've had a time jump, so I'm pretty sure they're dead. That's kind of crazy, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really know where we're gonna go from here now, so it's gonna be super interesting to find out. Let's just jump straight into this one. Press that like button, press that subscribe button. Check out the envelope reactions on Patreon, link in the description. Just costs $1 a month for everything on there. And let's jump into my first time of reaction to Orb on the Movements of the Earth, episode 4. It reminds me a lot of Vinland Saga and Attack on Titan, I'd say. Like energy stuff. The animation's quite Vinland Saga-esque.
なのに我々の世界はなんで汚れているのですか？
それは地球が宇宙の中心だからだよ。
それなら特別な感じでいい気が。
中心というのは一番底辺ということだよ。重いものは地球上のどこであろうと常に下に向かって落ちる。なぜなら地球の中心が宇宙の一番底にあるからだ。神様がそうお作りになられた。
なぜですか？
地球は位が低く汚れていて、そこに住む人類は無力で罪深いと思い知らせるためだよ。君の見上げる夜空がいつも綺麗なのはこの汚れた大地から見上げているからだよ。
地球が宇宙の一番下にあるならなんで空の星は落ちてこないんですか？
わからない。人は所詮この大地のことしかわからない。空の世界は崇高で荘厳で偉大で広大で過当な地球ごときとは調和しない。
I'm not someone who fully understands the complicated intricacies of like religions. Not all religions anyway. Even as someone who grew up, I would say, I wouldn't really say in a religious household, but I had like religious parents, but the bad kind. Like, you know, they say they're religious, they're not really religious. And basically the reason I'm saying this is because I don't fully know what the rules are, but why, well, like asking the question why, like I've lost my sort of train of thought. Like, why would it be considered bad? Why would it be considered sinful? Why would God want Earth to be this sinful bad place? Like, what's the reason? Why remind humans that? Why would I create a human and then go, remember, you suck? It just seems weird.
すまない、待たせたね、奥地君。
いえ、グラスさん。
今夜は快晴で星がよく見えてね。夜空は素晴らしいよ。毎晩惜しみなく芳麗な輝きを見せてくれる。君は見ないのか？その目なら夜空も新鮮だろ
う。With your eyes.
空を見るのは苦手で。
そうか。
Weird.
ああ、そうだ。今日は奥地君がここの支部に移ってから1年だ。仕事が終わったら祝杯をあげよう。もちろん私のおごりだ。
ああ、
Is this because of the conversation he had earlier on in this episode?
では仕事にかかろう。
Huh?
何度でも
Wait, the character changes in the opening as well? I never knew this. Are these guys about to go rob a bunch of people? Those look like balaclavas. Okay.
俺行きます。
頼む。民間警備組合のものです。私が今回の証人を務めます。個人特定による報復を避けるためマスクの着用をお許しください。 では早速始めましょうか。
What the hell is this? What's going on?
決
What is
闘
this?
開始。
They're dueling? Why?
ちょっと、そもそも私が決闘を申し込んだのはナストラ博だぞ。なぜこの私が貴様らのような下級の者と戦わねばならんのだ。そのナストラ博に依頼され代理で戦うのが我々大闘士です。あなただって了承しているはずですが。負けたら
Why would you approve that?
負けたら死ぬではないか。はい、そういうものですので。
They don't seem to care about this. It seems really emotionless.
よし。
Jesus, the animation is very good. I think you lost, dude.
嫌だ、死にたくない。そうだ、金をやる。取引だ。君は私に何の恨みもないだろう。人を殺すなど罪深い。本当は君もやりたくないはずだ。いや、正直マジでその通りなんですけど。では仕事なので。
Gosh, this is incredibly brutal.
地獄に落ち。
So there's been a time jump. We've been introduced to a new character who is pretty tough. And it's their job to go and they get hired to do duels on people's behalf, and that's what they do. They go around and they fight people because they've been hired to do so, and it's a duel that they're like hired warriors, I guess. All right, interesting.
死体を預けてきた。
For a religious thing, this doesn't seem very religious.
仕事は終わりだ。にしてもさすがの反応だ。やはりいい目だね。お、どうかした
So
か
he's not like a scientist like the other dude.
彼は天国に行けたのでしょうか。気になるかね。不安なんです。この仕事で人が死ぬ瞬間を何度も見てきた。でも誰一人満足な顔で死ぬ人はいなかった。皆ひどく怯えた顔で死んでいった。
This is one thing that is interesting, because if you believe so solely in an afterlife, then why would you ever fear the idea of dying? Surely the idea of dying, like look at Vikings, you know, when they die, they're like happy that they're dying. They're going to Valhalla, you know? Valhalla! Know what I mean?
地獄の入り口が見えてるみたいに。もしかしたら天国に行ける人ってのはものすごく少ないんじゃないんですか。だとしたら大勢殺した俺なんかとても。奥地君、
Yeah, I mean,
こ
the
の
odds
世に
aren't
好き
great.
なものやことはあるかい？何ですか急に。汚れたこの世を好ましく思うのは不適切では。そんなことないよ。好きがいけないわけがない。この世に期待しなくなると我々の魂は瞬く間に濁ってしまう。好きとか夢とか希望とかそういうものは捨てちゃダメだ。
You can already tell there's going to be a conflict between these two characters.
それもそうですね。考えを入れ替えます。ああ、すまない。気を使わせてしまったね。ぜひ君の忌憚なき本音も聞かせてくれたまえ。そんな俺の意見なんて水臭いじゃないか。出会って1年も経つんだ。遠慮せずにさあ。
Oh dear. This seems dangerous. Careful.
期待したら裏切られるのが落ち。
これが俺の心情です。鼻から諦めた方が傷が浅くて済む。というか、そもそも人生って全然楽しいこと起きないじゃないですか。この世界で幸福になれるのは生まれた時点でその資格を持ってる一部の人たちだけ。
Well, this sounds
選ばれ
mighty
なかった人
depressing.
が幸せを望むことは全く無駄な行為です。
Okay.
この世は終わってる。なので希望は天国にしかない。天国最高、天国最高、天国最高。早く行きたい、早く行きたい、早く行きたい。
Okay. Okay, dude. Sounds like you live a nice life there. Okay.
とか言って。
つまり君はこの世に永遠とか完璧がないから何も信頼できないと？
全然そんなこと
わかる。何を隠そう。
Maybe this guy's
私も
pretty
少し
chill.
前までそう思っていたよ。だが私は見つけてしまったのだ。
What'd you
絶
find?
対の信頼を受ける希望をね。知りたいか？
いえ、特段。
今は忌憚ある建前を言ってくれたまえ。
知りたいです。
おい、あいつら。ああ、人殺し。
さてと、酒を2つ。
ここは上級市民の通う店だ。
This dude looks so much like the dude that died, the young guy.
大都市風情はお引き取り願おう。
気分を害したのなら申し訳ない。しかしこの店は我々組合の出入りも許可されている。しばし勘弁願いたい。
違いますよ、グラスさん。
ん？
こういう方にはもっとはっきり言うべきです。生まれてすいません、生まれてすいません、生まれてすいません、生まれてすいません、生まれてすいません、
やめろ、もういい。
生まれてすいません。ほら、こうやって心から謝れば譲ってくれるんです。
This dude is fucking insane, man. I mean, it worked. It did work. So, I guess he was right.
おお、
Yeah.
とりあえずありがとう。
Yeah, well done, man.
さて、
You
さっ
showed
き
him.
の話の続き
Kind
だ。
of like Gaston.
さっき
Not what I really expected him to do. to be
ほ
honest.
ら、私の見つけた希望についてだけど。
ああ、もちろん覚えてました。
Yeah, some hope. Oh, he's got the business eyes.
これがそれだ。火星の観測記録。
火星？何ですかそれ？
ああ、そこからか。
Eh?
空には毎晩同じ配置に同じ星座が見えるだろう。そしてそれは形を変えず一晩で東から西へ動き、やがて朝が来る。だがある時だ、何の気なしに星を眺めていたら驚愕の事実に気づいた。なんと空には固定された星座の中を動く星もあるのだ。一晩での動きは非常にわずかだ。しかし数日単位で見れば位置がはっきり変わってる。興味を持った私は修道士様に聞いてみた。その動く星は惑星と呼ばれ、空に5つほどあるのだと知った。私が見つけたのはその中で最も動きが分かりやすく炎のように赤く輝く火星だ。それから私は火星の軌跡を記録することにした。するとどうだろう。火星は円を描くように星座を巡って動くではないか。1ヶ月、半年、1年、ブレずに迷わずに常に円の形にのっとった軌道だ。揺れる草、流れる川、揺らめく火、自然界に動くもの数あれどこれほどまで規則正しく動くものはない。まさに完璧だ。
This is something that is like a common theme in Orb, is the idea of perfection. Like the other person had it, and it is like you're seeing it a lot when people get sort of obsessed with the idea of the constellations and the galaxies and that sort of stuff. They get obsessed with the idea of perfection. Like that's something. Oh, little burp there. That's something that they really seem to lean towards.
確かにこの地は汚れていて無秩序だ。高貴にして完璧なる空には届きもしない。しかし私たちにも完璧を見ることはできるではないか。人は完璧を認識できる。しかも太陽と違い火星は直視可能だ。この地球は完璧な観測の特等席。そう考えたら人も地球も捨てたものじゃない。今やこれによりこの世の全てを肯定できる。そして2年越しの観測の末、そろそろ火星軌道が一周し輪を閉じる。 もうじき大団円を迎えるのだ。
へえ、すげえ。なかなかこじつけ解釈じゃ。
なかなかこじつけ解釈だね。
It doesn't seem like heavily religious. Like, this guy is just laughing and talking about this out loud in a tavern. So is this a different town or a different place, something else? Because he doesn't seem to have any kind of fear of any ramifications from the church, right? Not that this seems like something that you could, like, I don't know, get persecuted for, because it is just astronomy and you are allowed to study that at university. So I still am confused as to what's allowed and what isn't.
たくましいとも言えるか。火星軌道の完璧な円
He
環
looks
だ
so
っ
much like the
て。
kid.
さすが下級市民の無教養ぶりは羨ましい。
先ほどから絡んでいただいて申し訳ないが、私の感動はどうしようと奪えない。好きなだけ笑うがいいさ。
いやいや、邪魔して悪かったね。せいぜい楽しんでくれよ。しかし観測を始めた時期が悪かった。じゃなきゃもっと前に気づけたのに。
適当なこと。
Noticed what sooner? Noticed what sooner?
ありえない。
どうしました？
毎日2年間動いてたんだ。それがここ最近移動速度が随分遅くなっていたんだが、ついに今日火星が止まった。昨日から全く動いていない。なぜこんなことが。2年かけてやっと完成を迎える直前で。なぜ
Just wait another day. Like, it's not that big of a deal, dude. Just wait another day.
なぜ
Is this what the guy mentioned in the tavern? He said like this is a bad day for your observation.
仕事終わりか。
ああ、いえ、これからです。
しかし大変だな。
They're very casual about the idea of fights to the death, aren't they? Like, they don't really give a fuck. They're just like, yeah, whatever, dead. Alright, bye.
グラスみたいな変人と組まされちまって。
いえ、いつも前向きな方ですよ。
前向きだからだよ。
See?
グラスはな、昔はもっと普通なやつだったんだ。愚痴なんかもよく言ったな。それがある時、疫病で家族みんな亡くしちまったな。
Oh, damn.
さらにだ、絶望して自分の人生も終わらせようとしやがった。
Oh, damn.
そんな悲劇が。
But he seems like such a
一番の
positive
悲劇
guy.
はそこで。
Well, you know what they say, don't they? I mean, that's the same reason they talk about comedians the way they do. Sometimes the people who laugh the loudest are the people with the most to hide.
死にきれなかったことさ。その罪は教会で許してもら
The church forgave him for what? Oh, because he tried to kill himself.
そんな悲劇が。
一番の悲劇はそこで死にきれなかったことさ。その罪は教会で許してもらったが、
Yeah, because he tried to
正
kill
直
himself.
本人は死にきれなくて悔やんでたよ。これが私の運命なのかってね。だがここ 1,2 年で唐突に明るくなり始めた。わけを聞いたら、
Oh,
反則を始めたんだと。
so
あれは
this
天国からの家族のメッセージだとか言って。
this might explain why he was so devastated because Mars stopped moving. This makes a little bit more sense now. It means more to him than just simple
気ぃつけろ
observation.
よ。そういう不安定なのは急に何するかわかんねえぞ。
I can't remember who had him at
好
knife
きと
point
か
at the
夢とか
beginning of the
希望と
episode.
か、そういうものは捨てちゃダメだ。
He's clearly struggling with Mars not moving for some reason.
曲がった。
What, Ben?
あさっての方に。完璧な円環が壊れた。醜く歪んだ。
But the guy in the bar said something about the observation. Is no one curious about that?
私の運命か。
What do you say then? Like, are we not curious about this dude in the bar? We're gonna have a conversation with him. He seemed involved, and he looks a lot like the other kid.
これが私の運命
I
か。
have to say, this is a gorgeous anime. Like the level of quality in the scenic shots and the animation in general is so top notch. It is beautiful to watch. It is truly a stunning series. It's one of the most beautiful series I've ever watched.
どうも。
You can tell a lot of love went into creating
じゃあ
this.
行こうか。
今日は観測なしですか。
まあね。君の言う通り、天国を差し置いてこの世界で何かを期待するのは間違っていたのかもと思ってね。今日の業務は珍しいな。異端者の移送警備か。
異端者。
悪魔と通じているかもしれん。用心しろよ。
民間警備組合のものか。
Classic devil communicating people, yeah.
異端審問官のダミアンだ。
The thing is, these are actually real, by the way. Like, these kind of people, with like the masks and that sort of stuff are real. And because I've seen them before in like different sort of like historical sort of stories, but I didn't ever know what they were, and I always assumed that they were bad, like robbers and stuff. So it's actually kind of curious seeing it like this and seeing that they're, you know, not bad. I always wondered what they were. I think it doesn't even like Red Dead Redemption have people like this. Who do you reckon this heretic is? He looks crazy. Oh, that looks like a
民
familiar
間警備
face.
組合が到着しました。我々も行きましょう。ノバクさん。
It is a familiar face.
何見てるんです？
お守り。
だるい仕事が始まりか。
Does this guy never wash his top? Like, ever?
マスクを
Always
取
covered
っ
in
ても
blood.
いいのかね。これから死ぬ異端者に見られても何も困らん。
そうか。それにしても雨とはね、空が見えんのはいいか。君らは空に興味はないか。
Well, at least one of them
星
is.
を眺めるのは心よいぞ。
我々はあなたと話してはいけない決まりになっている。黙ってていただけますか。
断ったら殴られるのかな。
I first assumed this was going to be someone we knew from the past, like some kind of heretic, like person we knew, but it doesn't appear to be so. One thing that is interesting, however, is the fact that even if this isn't someone we recognize, they are talking about stargazing.
いや、正直かわいそうで殴る気も起きない。なぜ人類を救済する教会に歯向かうのか。
They're very blunt, aren't
な
they?
ぜ自ら天国に行けなくなるようなことをするのか。気の毒ですが、あなたの死刑は免れない。ですが、今からでも考え直して回収したらどうです。
慈悲深いね。だが君らこそ一度考え直すべきじゃないか。教会が本当に君らを救うのか、そもそも彼らの言う天国など本当に存在するのか。
異端者ごときには分かるまいさ。
そういう君らは一体何を分かっているんだ。君らはこの世の絶望から目をそらすためにあるかもわからぬ天国に逃げてるだけじゃないのか。
貴様の狙いは分かっている。そうや。
That is something I wondered as well, and as you can see, Doggo's making his entrance. Was that in regards to like the religious aspect in this sort of thing, do people do it because they're talking about how negative the world is, how horrible the world is, blah 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 blah. So do you reckon that it is supposed to be like an escape? The idea of this world is so awful, there must be more to life. Yes, there is. There's an afterlife, and that's how it comes around.
って不安を煽り、我々を絶望へと突き放したいのだろう。
いや、君らが絶望を突き放しているのだ。2000年前、アテナイの老人が毒肺を煽った惨事から今の哲学が生まれた。1500年前、一人の青年が貼り付けにされた無念が今の教会を形作った。人は悲劇を肥やしに、時に新たな希望を生み出す。
I guess.
その場しのぎの慰めなんか現実を変えやしない。だが真から湧き出た苦悩は、煮詰められた挫折は、あるいは君の絶望は希望に転化しうるのだ。 なのに君らは絶望に目を塞ぎ、誰かがくれた死後の保証付きの人生を生きている。そんな人間に希望など訪れない。
黙っていればたわごとばかり。何も知らないで。
グラスさん落ち着いてください。異端の策かもしれない。
異端か。君がそう呼ばれるものをなぜ恐れるかよくわかるぞ。私のことが理解不能だからではない。逆だ。
It's funny, I feel like Orb is showing a pretty good example of when someone can't win an argument and they just resort to this.
君自身が心の底
You should
で
always
は
ask yourself,
天
if you
国
can't
を
win an
信じき
argument,
れて
why
ない
can't you
か
win
ら
that
だ。
argument?
勝手なことを言わないでください。
本当は天国なんかなくてただ死んで終わりかも。そう思っているんだろう。
そんなこと思っていません。
不安になるのはよくわかる。死後の予定が揺らぐのは辛いだろう。
もう黙ってください。
This
し
looks
かし
bad.
君はいや人類は正面から向き合うべきだ。
やめてください。
麗しの天国なぞないのかもしれないということに。
やめろと頼んでるだろう。
だがこの星は天国なんかよりも美しいということに。
何をバカな。
君だって本当は信じたいだろ。この星は生きるに値する素晴らしい何かだと。
もういいです。十分だ。バカバカしい。落ち着いて考えれば全て無根拠な妄想だ。
I assumed that because in classic anime fashion, usually you have two characters who, in this sort of situation, eventually one turns on the other, right? So that's what I presumed was going to happen. Now, I'm kind of thinking that maybe these two guys might be in it together. Maybe they're both going to get corrupted.
根拠はある。
そうですか。だとしても今ここにはない。
いや、今ここにある。今ちょうど見えるそこの山だ。すべての証拠はあの中腹に置かれた石箱の中にある。さて、事態を理解しているかね。今夜君たちはこれから少しの間だけ、おそらく人生で初めて自らの運命を変える挑戦権を得ている。
Do you reckon this was the guy that received it
一生
from
快
the
適な
boy?
自己否定にとどまるか、すべてを捨てて自己肯定にかけて出るか、どちらを選ぶも自由だ。さあ、どうする？
どうもこうも。
What?
頼む。
I assumed that he would like give him the orb or the something or tell them where to go. I didn't think he'd let him. He'd let him go. This is insane. My prediction, well, because he already said where the thing was, you know, top of that mountain. Bro, see that big old mountain over there? You're the one that looks like, you know, things. Head over there, the big stone chest at the top of the mountain, go over there and you'll see some evidence, right? And I just kind of assumed that they'd go, all right. And then this dude would go and die and then they'd go explore the mountain. I mean, we know they eventually go to the box because at the beginning of the episode, they literally showed it. Or the end of the last episode, they showed it. They showed them going to the box. They showed that sort of time jump, right? So we know that's going to happen. I don't remember who was dragging who along, though. That's the only thing that I don't remember. So it is curious to see, though, if they are going to go to the mountain, and that is part of their journey, then, like, is this guy coming with them? I don't remember him being there. I wish my memory was better, man. Like, I don't remember if he was there. I don't remember 3 people, the ones who went, or 2. But I do remember the main guy was, like, being forced to do all of this, which it kind of looks like he's about to anyway. So is their plan to... Are they literally about to break... Because the thing is, doing this in secret is easy enough. Well, you know, not really easy, but you know what I mean. But doing this in plain freaking sight is going to be impossible. And what, they're going to bust him out of there? They're going to be the ones that are immediately going to have the fingers pointed at them. If they help him escape from this jail cell that he's in, this carriage, then everyone will immediately, you know, think that they are the ones who helped him escape because who else would? And they'll also be on the run with him because they're going to this place. So what is their plan here? And again, are they going to go with him? And I keep saying they, but really it's only one guy at the moment. I understand why he did it. It makes sense, you know. But this guy didn't really deliver anything else other than... Like, it's not like he was talking about the Earth and the universe and all the complications of astronomy. He was literally just talking about the idea of Earth being more beautiful than heaven, and that was enough. So it's not like he was going into a lot of heavy stuff around it. It was much more simple than that. But yet that was still enough to get this guy's attention. So I am curious. Are we about to see like a trio form here? Is this guy still going to get burned and they're going to go afterwards? Or what? And if he is still going to get burned, why remove his cuffs? It's going to be really interesting to see how Orb progresses, because the story is a very unique one, and it feels to be moving very fast. So and with a time jump already, like, I don't actually know where the story is going to go, but I am so freaking curious to see where it goes, because it feels already very unpredictable. And right now, I can't even guess where we go with it. Well, I guess that's the end of my reaction for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. Have yourselves an amazing day. And as always, my friends, you will see me in the next video.